Now, the reason I want to point out the screen modes to you is a lot of people ask if there's such thing as a full screen view or just a slightly tidier way of working in Illustrator, and the answer is yes. In the Tools panel over here on the left-hand side, remember a second ago I pointed out down here at the very bottom we have something called the View modes, basically. So if we click and hold on that, you can see we're currently looking at the normal screen mode, which is whatever we currently have specified, whether we've got all the documents tabbed into a consolidated window, or whether we have them all set to float or tiled like we saw earlier on. But the next option down is very handy. It's a full screen mode, but with the menu bar and everything else in place. So if you go ahead and select that, you'll see that we've essentially gained this desktop area around the bottom and the left-hand side. So we've kind of got more room because we've eliminated the top and the bottom of the document. Now the downside to that is we've lost the tabbing. You can see that we're now only looking at one current document. So remember, if you go to the window menu and scroll down to the bottom, you can see the other elements and go ahead and choose those as well. Okay, so I'll just switch to one of the postcards there. Then what we can do is go back to window and do make sure you come back to the business cards because we're going to work with these in just a second. Now, the third option, also very handy, is simple full screen mode. Takes your currently viewed document, gets rid of everything else and just centers these on the screen. So very, very handy, but you'll notice here that we now don't have access to the Tools panel in order to bring them back. Well, that's really because there's a shortcut to do all of this for you. It's very simply just the F key on the keyboard. If you just hit F, that will take us back to our first mode. Hit the F key again will take us into our second mode, which is honestly my preferred one. I really do like working this. And naturally, the third hit of the F key will take us into the full screen mode. So you can really settle between the first and the second accordingly, but I'm just going to drop it back to the first mode for now, and that really gives you an idea of how these view modes work here at the bottom of the tools.